one building block, which is the atomo. Atomo means, who knows what atomo means? You, of course. Nobody? Atomo means indivisible, cannot be divided. When the Romans conquered Greece and understood the treasure of their culture, they started learning Greek. The educated Romans knew Greek, and Cicero found himself in front of this enormous discovery of that time, and still is a great discovery. How can you imagine the atom? He imagined the atom 3,000 years ago and called it atomo because it was the last brick of reality, something that you cannot go beyond because atomo cannot be divided. So atomo, indivisible. And then the Romans, that were not that refined in terms of philosophical thinking, they were more pragmatic people, he found himself with the lack of word. He's sleeping, he's tired. See somebody sleeping there. And then what happens? That he has to invent a word for atomo. And he invents a word which means individuum, which in German, you know German? Who knows German? Nobody. It's still the word for individual. Individuum, that comes from indivisible. So not everybody is an individual. We think that everybody is an individual, but it's not true. We are dividuals. This should be the word. Dividuals means divided. Individual would mean not divided. So we should have special schools graduating individuals who can deserve the name of indivisible. And what does it mean, indivisible? Means that you are compact, that you are united, that nobody can take you apart. Nothing can break you. This starts to be a quality of an entrepreneur. First of all, be an individual. Be indivisible. If somebody comes to you and says, your idea is worth nothing, Ujjal could have started this activity. I was there having the translation. I didn't want to disturb you. So I had my translation there on the door, and I heard what he said. When he created his first school, very little school, 50 lire to buy it, but a number of years ago, anybody could have said, what are you doing? Save your 50 lire. This is not worth anything. This is, oh, yes, I will create, but this is very laughable. They would discourage him. If you are not united, you get discouraged. Somebody will divide you, will break you in pieces. If you don't know what you are doing, if you don't have this unity, inner unity of your being. So I came up with a paradigm that I would like to transfer to you. When you start and you have an idea, and you have an entrepreneurial idea, and you think that one day you will be a great man, and you will pay 15 million lire each month for your employees, or maybe 150 million lire, people will laugh at you. Will laugh at your idea. Will think that you are crazy. Okay, then when this happens, this is the first step of the paradigm. Means that you are on the right path. When they laugh at you, it means that you are on the good path. So rub your hand. You do this in Turkey? When something is good? Like this. This is. They laugh at you? Good. Nobody laughs at you? Very bad. Find an idea that nobody believes in. Find an idea that nobody had before you. That is a good start. Then they will laugh at you. But when do you realize that things are going very, very well? Because things are going well when they laugh. Then they are going very, very well when? When they start putting obstacles to you. When you find an antagonist on that doesn't sleep, night and day is after you to eliminate you. That Mr. Josel, right? Ujjal. Mr. Ujjal didn't tell you the antagonists that he met on his way, the people that laughed at him, and the people that created the obstacles for him. Because it's impossible that you build this or 20 colleges, and you are just, everybody says, welcome. We are waiting for you. No, they do not welcome you. Get ready. Get ready to face obstacles. Get ready to face hard, tough competition, and somebody who wants even to eliminate you. He's not happy that you fail. He wants you dead. When you have somebody who wants you dead, you are really on the right path. For example, I ask you, some of you are already entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs. Can you lift your hand? Some are already, okay. Have you met your antagonist? Have you met somebody who wants to eliminate you? You have already. Many. But then you will meet a terrible one. Because one day there was a little boy that was with these sheep. No, he was a shepherd. And this shepherd had a dream to become a king. His name was David. David was a shepherd, very, very young. But one day, on his path arrives Goliath. Have you heard about Goliath? This huge giant, armed and powerful, an enormous man, a great warrior. And nobody dares fighting him. And the little boy says, I will do it. And he did. And he killed the Goliath. And he cut his head. But without Goliath, how can you become a king? You will stay a shepherd. Right? If you shake when you see Goliath, stay there and don't run away. That is the time that your dream will come true. Then there is the third part of the paradigm. But I don't want to tell you because I don't want to discourage you. That's enough what I told you. Also, it's a promotion for my new book that you can read the story there. So I think that to be an entrepreneur is a very special mission. As Eugel told you, it's not for money. You never become an entrepreneur because you want to make money. Because to desire to make money means that you will never make it. But because you have a dream and you want to see it concretely coming true. Have you heard about Stanford and creating a university for his students in California, and then Hollywood, and then he's still dreaming. He cannot stop. Do you think that he does for pleasure? No, it's his work. He's working. His work is to dream. And while he's dreaming, his reality prospers. He cannot stop. In the moment that he stops dreaming, that one day his students will be in Hollywood, that will win the Oscar, that they will be the best in the world, that's everything collapses. It's not that can stay, will collapse. So the dream feeds the roots of your business. I have read an interesting book, after mine, the most interesting after my book. But soon after my book, I would suggest you to read this old book, very old. And the author is called Marais, Eugene Marais, was written in South Africa, in Afrikaner. So can you imagine the most remote language that you can think of? And he was just an ethologist, studying animals. And in particular, he became an expert in studying ants, termites. You know the animal? Termite is a strange animal. It's blind and works all its life long without stopping. Does not know any break. It doesn't sleep.